Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you some of the books that are on my library wish list. So I think especially now I've just been compiling books that I am interested in, but I'm not sure that I would like them. So I feel like if I'm rolling the dice, it is a gamble on whether or not I would like them or not. Those are ones I add to my library wish list because I'm not losing any money if I invest in it and I don't like it. So these are books that are kind of all over the place in terms of genre, and some of them are really popular books, some of them are ones that I've been wanting to read for a while but I've just never really wanted to, like I said, invest in it because I'm not sure if it'll be a book that I would 100% like or not. So definitely in the summer I want to do kind of like a specific library haul and read those books off of those TBRs. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see those in the future, but overall these are the books that I have on my library book TBR list that I hopefully will get to in the near future. So first up we have The 100,000 Kingdoms by N.K. Jemisin, and I tried reading her Broken Earth trilogy and I got like 50 pages into it and I wasn't sure if it was for me, but I don't know if it's one that I need to, you know, really kind of get to like 100+ pages in order to be invested in it. But I think this one seems like it's a little bit easier for me to kind of get introduced to her writing style. But this is another trilogy of hers. I think it was one of her first trilogies, but it follows, I think it's something with gods are being imprisoned by these people and this girl doesn't want to, who's part of the political elite, doesn't want to be, you know, kind of enforce these rules, and so she kind of has to work with the gods to kind of get them out of the situation, is kind of my general understanding of the trilogy. But yeah, I want to try this because I feel like N.K. Jemisin is just such a pillar in the sci-fi fantasy genre, and especially to support a kind of black author as well, it would be really good. But she's so well praised and has won a lot of awards, so I'm like, okay, I need to start out with something that I know I will be able to enjoy. So yeah, I am interested to see what I think of this one. Like I said, I tried the, what was it, whatever, the 5th season, is that it, from the library, and I got 50 pages into it and I was just like, I don't know, I can't get this, but everyone loves that trilogy, so I'm like, maybe I just need to give it a better chance. But I'm gonna start out with this trilogy first to see what I think. Next is Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler, and this is another one that is a trilogy. I like my trilogies, so I was like, this one I've heard it's very kind of a well-known book, and it is another sci-fi fantasy one as well that I'm not sure I would like, but it's really well praised. But it says, when global climate change and economic crises lead to social chaos in the early 2020s, oh, that is very foreshadowing. California becomes full of dangers, from pervasive water shortages to masses of vagabonds who will do anything to live to see another day. 15-year-old Lauren lives inside a gated community with her preacher father, family, and neighbors, sheltered from the surrounding anarchy. In a society where any vulnerability is a risk, she suffers from hyper-empathy and a debilitating sensitivity to others' emotions. So I think it kind of goes off from there, but I think this one, again, is another kind of sci-fi fantasy book that is very well praised, and I was like, you know what? Fantasy for me, I feel like it is a lot of hit or miss, so that's why I'm like, I'm going to try it from the library and see how I feel, and if I like it, then I have a new trilogy to enjoy, similar to N.K. Jemisin's series as well. So this is one that is very popular here on BookTube, but everyone says to listen to it as an audiobook. So this is definitely one I would be getting from the library itself, and it's Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this is one I've heard all over the place. It's gonna be a TV show on, I want to say Hulu, I think. So this is one that everyone seems to really enjoy, and because it's a multiple point of view interview style book, they say that the audiobook is the best way to do this. So I think this would be a good one in the summer. I know I have a hard time listening to music or audiobooks when I have to do like writing or depending on what type of thinking I'm doing, but I know I'll be doing more of my knee modeling, which I can just kind of listen to audiobooks in like the background while I'm doing it. So I think that will be one that I would like to try over the summer when I'm doing more of my knee modeling. But yeah, this is one that everyone talks about that I'm like, I haven't read anything from this author, but everyone seems to really like this story. Next up is the Queens Gambit, which is a very popular mini-series that was on Netflix that my whole family loved when we were kind of self-quarantining when my parents got COVID. That was like the one TV show that we watched, and we honestly like marathoned it because there's only like 7 episodes, but I really liked the TV series, so I'm very interested to see how the book compares to the TV show. And so the book itself has a lot of good ratings on Goodreads as well, so I'm very hopeful that this is one where I enjoy both like the actual source book material and also the adaptation of it. So this is one that I think will be really interesting, and hopefully we get to explore more of Beth's kind of background and history and all that stuff. This is one that's been on my radar for a while, and every time I see it at half price books I'm like, oh, I need to get that, but I'm like, I'm not sure because the reviews are very mixed on this book. And it is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. And again, this is a book that I've seen for many years now that I've had my eye on, but I've definitely just want to try it from the library to see if I enjoy it. But I think it's like where it's basically a alternate historical fiction novel where instead of the Underground Railroad being like it's an actual railroad, and it's kind of like a metaphor, but it's an actual like train station to get the slaves from the south to the north. But yeah, I think this one will be very interesting, and especially where it's like an actual train, I think would be very interesting as well. But again, this is one where it has like mixed reviews. Either people really love this or really hate it, so I don't really want to invest money into it until I actually know I will like it. Next up is The Gilded Wolves by Roshani. This is one that I feel like people either love or people really hate, but I'm really curious to see how I would feel about it because, like I said, I don't want to invest any money in, but I can get it from the library for free to see if I like it. But this is a multiple point of view young adult fantasy series, but it integrates a lot of different like puzzles and like thinking and like problem solving into this, which I think as an engineer I think I would really enjoy. But again, this is one that people are very polarized on. They either love it or hate it, so this is one I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try one. And I feel like a lot with popular YA too, it's a lot of hit or miss for me, so yeah, hence why I am gonna be getting this one from the library. This is a series too that has been around for a while, and it's more kind of geared towards a younger audience. Like this is like people like in grade like 5, 6 will read this, but there's like a spin-off series that is geared towards an older audience, and I never got around to reading this when I was a kid, and it is the His Dark Material series by Phillip Pulpmin. This is one that I've heard like people really love this series. This was like the series that they grew up with as a kid, and so I have a hard time reading books that are kind of geared towards like a younger audience. Like I loved Spiderwick, I love the series of unfortunate events when I was a kid, but I think I would have a hard time kind of reading down to that level again, especially when I'm used to reading more adult fiction. But I hear like everyone really loves his new kind of series, which is geared towards an older audience, so I'm like, okay, you have to read this original like series in order to get that one. But I feel like they would be quick reads for me to get, but a lot of people seem to really love this series when they were a kid, so I don't know. If I really like this series, then that will be great, but I don't know. I don't know if this one will be a hit and a miss for me. Who knows? And lastly is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, and this is one that I've seen everywhere on like Goodreads and BookTube, and again, it's another one that it seems to be very kind of polarizing for a lot of people, and it's another high fantasy thing. So like I said, fantasy for me is where I feel the most kind of uncomfortable trying something new. But yeah, this one, it seems really interesting. It focuses on kind of Asian culture and kind of integrating some of Asian history into this fantastical world, which I think sounds really interesting and fun. But again, I'm not sure if I will like it, so I'm gonna try this one from the library and see. But I've heard, like I said, really great things, and I've heard really mixed things, so yeah, we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. But yeah, definitely this is one that I think is at the top of one of the top like books on this TBR list. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books, or if there's any that you think I need to put on like my on a higher priority list to try from the library and see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.